Everything you've ever wanted already exists, not metaphorically, literally. The universe does not build things one brick at a time, it renders them all at once in consciousness. The moment you assume a state with full conviction, the pattern completes itself instantly. The only thing that takes time is you catching up to what's already done. This is the paradox of manifestation. The bridge forms the moment you decide, but you walk across it as if it's being built. You are not waiting for reality to rearrange. You are waiting to stop doubting that it already has. Most people live in a delayed universe because they live in delayed belief. They keep looking for proof in the external world, not realizing that proof only appears after inner conviction. The waiting time is not cosmic delay. It's psychological hesitation. When you truly feel that something is done, time collapses. Events rush to meet you. People move as if guided by invisible choreography. Conversations, coincidences, and opportunities synchronize to confirm what your consciousness has already decreed. Reality doesn't have to catch up. It has to be noticed. The illusion of time comes from the mind's inability to perceive wholeness. Consciousness moves faster than perception. It's like light reaching your eyes after the star has already died. You see the echo, not the act. Every assumption you hold is a broadcast. The universe doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your certainty. You cannot manifest what you want. You can only manifest what you are. Desire is the signal. Identity is the magnet. The reason Neville Goddard, Abraham Hicks, and Joe Dispenza all speak different languages but describe the same phenomenon is because they're pointing to the same structure beneath reality. Consciousness is the substrate. The field of all possibilities already contains every version of you and your life. You don't create outcomes, you tune to them. When Neville said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled," he wasn't suggesting positive thinking. He was describing a vibrational command, an energetic login. Once that feeling stabilizes, the bridge of incidents forms immediately, complete and perfect. Every variable, every person, every conversation required to fulfill that reality is scripted the instant you assume it. So why do you still feel like you're waiting? Because you keep refreshing the page instead of living the scene. You look for signs, for movement, for confirmation. You keep asking, where is it? But every time you ask that question, you declare that it's not here. You cancel the command with curiosity. The bridge still exists. You just keep turning around before crossing it. The process isn't about making something happen. It's about staying loyal to what already happened in consciousness. Manifestation isn't creative. It's faithful. The instant you stop looking, it appears. When Neville said, "The world is yourself pushed out," he meant that every person and event you meet is a mirror reflecting your dominant vibration. If someone denies you, it's because a part of you still doubts. If someone helps you, it's because a part of you finally believed. Reality never disobeys, it simply reflects. This is why the waiting game is self-made. Every time you say, "I'm still waiting," you're reordering more waiting. The command is consistent. The universe obeys tone, not text. The feeling of lack produces lack even if you phrase it in hopeful affirmations. You cannot trick energy. You can only match it. Here's the deeper truth. Manifestation is not a miracle. It's maintenance. Everything already exists in the quantum field as potential, waiting to be selected through frequency. You're not pulling things into being. You're choosing what's already done. It's like a radio broadcast. All the stations are playing right now, but you only hear the one your dial matches. Change your state, and the song changes. So what is a bridge of incidents? It's the invisible sequence of events that carries you from your current timeline to your chosen one. But it doesn't unfold chronologically. It unfolds perceptually. The moment you assume it's done, the bridge completes. You're already walking it, whether you know it or not. Every delay you perceive is the echo of disbelief. You think you're waiting for alignment, but alignment is waiting for you. The instant you stop arguing with what's possible, the possible becomes visible. The truth is that manifestation was never meant to take time. It was meant to take trust. The quantum field is immediate. Consciousness doesn't need minutes or months to rearrange. It simply changes your lens. When you finally relax into knowing, the world morphs quietly into agreement. You call it manifestation, but it's really perception catching up to decision. What if your desires were already fulfilled, and all you had to do was stop checking for evidence? What if the bridge was never ahead of you but beneath your feet? The universe doesn't build, it reveals. The reason this truth feels radical is because we've been conditioned to worship time. We believe progress must be earned, that creation must unfold step by step. But consciousness doesn't move in steps. It moves in states. Time exists only to measure resistance. The more you doubt, the more you stretch the illusion. When you release resistance, time collapses like a folding accordion. The experience of waiting disappears, not because the event sped up, but because you stopped separating yourself from it. You don't move through time. Time moves through you. You have felt this before. Remember the last time you lost yourself in music or in love or in laughter? Hours passed like seconds because resistance was gone. You were pure presence, and presence is timeless. Manifestation happens there, in the gapless now. The moment you assume a state, the pattern activates instantly. Your job is not to manifest it. Your job is to stop interfering with it. You don't have to make the river flow. You just have to stop building dams. Think of desire as divine memory. You don't desire what you don't already contain. The moment you feel a genuine longing, it's because that version of you already exists somewhere in the field, calling you home. Your desire is not a wish. It's an echo from the completed scene. That's why the most powerful prayer isn't please, it's thank you. Gratitude assumes fulfillment. It acknowledges completion. Gratitude collapses time. So when you say thank you, as if it's already done, the bridge lights up. When you stop waiting, life starts arranging. The external world only needs your permission to reflect your new identity. Once the inner changes, the outer cannot resist. It must follow. This is not fantasy, it's coherence. Quantum physics calls it the collapse of the wave function. The instant potential becomes particle through observation. You are the observer collapsing possibility into experience. Every time you feel it's done, the universe freezes that version into being. Waiting, therefore, is not patience. It's dissonance. It's consciousness split between desire and disbelief. You think you're waiting on reality. Reality is waiting on you to choose. So what does it look like to live as if it's already done? It looks like peace. It looks like absence of chasing. It looks like walking into every room as someone who already has what they once wanted. You don't need to prove, perform, or perfect anything. You simply allow your environment to adjust to your certainty, and it always does, because certainty is creative. You'll know you've shifted when you no longer feel excitement about your manifestation. It will feel normal, because the extraordinary always feels ordinary once it integrates. The miracle was never the event, it was the realization that there was never a gap between you and it. Stop measuring how long it's taking. Every time you check the clock, you reset the illusion. Instead, anchor yourself in gratitude, in calm expectancy, in silent knowing. Reality bends for the one who stops waiting. The universe is instantaneous, but your belief system still runs on human time. Every moment you spend rehearsing doubt, you lengthen the lag. Every moment you dwell in knowing, you compress it. The fastest way to manifest is to stop manifesting, to stop reaching outward and start feeling inward. What would it feel like if it were already done? Live from that emotion until the emotion becomes the environment. Then the world has no choice but to obey. You are not learning to manifest. You are remembering how creation works. Everything happens now, always now. The future is just a delayed reflection of the present's conviction. So end the waiting game. The next time you say it's taking too long, remind yourself, it already happened. The bridge is built. The universe is finished. You are simply catching up to your own certainty. And the moment you stop looking for proof floods in. because manifestation has always been instant. You were just learning to see it.